The majority of this week's episode is spent on a final practice game before the summer tournament begins, and it's a game where Yoshino plays around with strategies and formations in preparation for facing stronger teams. Nozomi hits well in her new cleanup spot, the defense experiments with different setups, and Tama restricts Yomi to throw only her newly developed cutter and two-seam fastball. This is mostly to find Yomi a third pitch beyond her above-average fastball and her quote-unquote magic pitch, and it's partly to give Shin Koshigaya's defense some more repetitions. To celebrate a well-thrown game, Tama allows Yomi to throw her magic pitch in the final at-bat, and the girls get their first win. Afterwards, the girls celebrate Yomi's birthday by renting a karaoke space, where they sing and clink glasses and clumsily eat cake. And that wraps up this week's episode, because not a whole lot happened. It seems this week that Tamayomi sacrificed an interesting story for passable animation quality, because this week's episode looks competent while feeling pretty boring. The majority of the action scenes this week were hand-drawn, and while some were a bit choppy and obscured, it overall looks better than game action animated with CGI. Of course, the game itself isn't all that riveting, as it seems like a well-conceived and well-animated Tamayomi might be too much to ask for in our current situation. As of right now, Tamayomi holds a 5.37 rating on my anime list. If this score holds for the rest of the season, it would not only make it one of the lowest rated shows of the year, but by my estimation, the lowest rated baseball show of all time. And if this show were about anything other than baseball, I would agree with the popular opinion that this is some below average entertainment. But since this is a baseball channel, I'm grading this show on a curve and hold it in higher esteem than the general public. In my opinion, Tamayomi is not the worst baseball anime of all time. It certainly lies in the bottom half, but nothing this show does outright offends me like Moshidora or One Outs does. And while I'm not holding out hope that the show will improve, it does have 6 more episodes of room to show us something, barring it doesn't get quarantined like a lot of shows have this season. Speaking of quarantine, that's where Major Second still lies, and I haven't seen any info on when it might return. I imagine Major Second turning into a summer/fall show isn't out of the question, which might even stretch this weekly podcast beyond the end of June. But for now, we have Tamayomi, and we'll see what sort of quality it can salvage next week.